Hey, Roger Martin here again for Billings, Montana. This is Judge Jeannie, and this is about Liberty University and why Christians are so important, not now, but in the future, and in political agendas as well. Listen to this.
High School in Lynchburg, Virginia. It's a nonprofit Christian university where both students and faculty practice what they preach. I had the pleasure to visit recently and got a first-hand tour from its president, Jerry Falwell Jr.
Okay, so let's look a little bit at her interview with President Falwell.
Who believe in this country and are so energized by this, what's going on today.
Well, I call Liberty the Fox News network of the academic world. Liberty is different than other universities in so many ways. The Chronicle of Higher Education did a cover story a few years ago that said that the success of Liberty University is rooted in the fact that Liberty doesn't try to be like every other university. We try to emphasize academic freedom, freedom of expression. We try to keep education affordable and accessible.
Let's walk a little bit. What is this right here, this tower that's in front of us?
The tower is the School of Divinity. It's 275 feet high, which is nearly 28 stories. There's a classroom on every floor. Under the lawn right there.
Under the lawn.
There's 3 basketball courts where the basketball team practices.
Great university, but there's even greater things here going on.
Universities, you walk on campus, and the students won't make eye contact with them.
Right. What is the role? Let's get a little more political. I mean, with the midterms coming up, what's the role of the evangelical Christian? Having seen everything that we saw with the Kavanaugh hearings, and what role do they play, and can they turn elections in this country?
Well, when President Trump said to African Americans, "What the hell do you have to lose?" we took that as that he was talking to evangelicals as well, because establishment Republicans have betrayed us for decades. And so a lot of us voted for Trump because what do we have to lose?
Do you think, though, that after the Kavanaugh hearings and the sharp divide in this country, that's going to bring out the evangelicals?
Absolutely. I think they're angry about how he was treated. And I've heard that from a lot just the last couple of days. And
So they were angry about how Kavanaugh was treated, and they should be. But other Christians should be too, and we need to step up, get our friends to vote, and to vote red, get in there and show what this great nation can do when it gets up and votes, and how it can turn things around if it will quit being apathetic. Because Christ is in the center of this as far as our liberties and our freedoms. We want God in this country and on our side, and we want Christ to make a difference with what we do in our leadership, both in our churches, politically and otherwise. There is a reason for separation of church and state, but that does not mean that churches shouldn't get involved. They should be involved politically, and they should encourage their congregation to be involved politically. That doesn't mean the government should control the religions in this country. And Trump promised that he would encourage churches to keep their tax status and yet get involved politically. And that is what the founders meant, I believe.
I think that anger is going to backfire on the Democrats.
Okay, so this is Virginia Rose, and she's going to come
She's
to
my
Liberty?
only grandbaby. She's 7 months old. Got one more on the way, but this is the only one we have so far.
And she'll be a student here?
It'll be up to her, but...
Yeah. With the midterms coming up, do you think that those on the left are not just out of control, but they are interested in something different than the students here?
I just think the country's never been more polarized. I remember when I was in law school in the 80s, I would travel with my father when he spoke at different mainstream universities, liberal schools. They would boo and hiss because he was a conservative, but they weren't like they are now. Now in those days, liberals would say, "I may not agree with you, but I'll fight for your right to say it." Now they don't want you to say it. They become fascists instead of liberals, in my opinion.
So what has happened to the country?
I think it's years and years of education in the public schools that are controlled by the teachers' unions, and then higher education that is just all the professors believe a certain way. I forget how many, 98% supported Obama at the Ivy League schools. And it's just, they've just been indoctrinated, young people.
Then what can...
So there is a key statement. The NEA and these unions, they've really brainwashed these liberal colleges. And you can see the voting around these liberal colleges is totally Democratic. And it's unfortunate.
What can Liberty do to change that?
That's why we exist. And it's why we've prospered, is because it's an alternative to that indoctrination and that lack of academic freedom, lack of free expression. You know, conservatives are bullied at most mainstream universities.
I know.
All right. So there it is. Get out there, and you Christians, let's vote. Encourage other Christians to vote. And let's show this liberal press and this liberal Democratic Party that they are not in control. God is in control, and we need to put our actions where our votes are and get involved politically and keep this nation under Jesus Christ. And I say these things in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.